Sports World's Everything with Crypto Marie. Same more, no progress for black head coaches in the NFL. I have done some research. Out of 32 teams in the NFL, only 3 had black coaches and about 29 white head coaches. Now you're asking yourself where I'm going with this? Because after the Coach Prime effect, we have seen a lot of white old guys that are worried concerning that there will be no more head coach's job for white guys, because that's all we have seen for years to come. But they make it nearly impossible for a black head coach to become head coach of any team anyway. The owners are white, so there is a chance, they go with the white guy to give them the job. And it's always been difficult for the black guy, even though they have experience, they have played the game. They always make it hard for them to get the head coach. Again, I'm going to go through details, bring some information to you. You decide at the end of the whole report. After completing the latest round of coaching hires this week, the NFL won't look much different on the sidelines in 2023. DeMarco Ryans was the lone black candidate to land one of the 5 openings, which means the 32-team league remains stuck at just 3 black coaches heading towards a new season for the 5th year in a row. So far, we are doing okay. Let's see what is going on. The NFL also maintained the status quo with 6 minority head coaches, which includes Miami's Mike McDaniel, who has a black father and identifies as multiracial. It remains a stubbornly low number in a league where nearly 57% of the players are black and more than 69 are minorities. According to the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sport at the University of Central Florida, it's certainly discouraging, said Richard Lapchick, who heads the institute. I have no doubt the league is trying to make a push to strengthen its policies, but the record is the record. It shows. It's not that many of us up there, and I don't know why some of them are worried, because Coach Prime is changing the game. 3 black candidates stand out after all openings from the recently completed season were filled. Steve Wilks took over as Carolina's interim coach when Matt Rhule was fired and nearly guided to the Panthers to the playoffs. That wasn't enough to land the full-time job, which went to Frank Reich, a white coach who was fired in the midst of this past season by the Colts. Wilks, who was dumped by Arizona after just 1 season and his previous head coaching opportunity, is now San Francisco's defensive coordinator. Former Miami head coach Brian Flores was among the candidates for the Cardinals job after the firing of Cliff Kingsbury, but Flores pulled himself out of the mix, instead accepting an offer as Minnesota's defensive coordinator because it was a great chance for growing. It's not clear if he would have gotten the Arizona job, which instead went to Philadelphia's defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. Kansas City offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, who is annually touted as one of the top black head coaching candidates, was passed over again, even after the Chiefs won their 2nd Super Bowl title in 4 years. This time it wasn't even more striking because both coordinators for the team they beat in the big game roundup with head coaching jobs. Philadelphia offensive coordinator Shane Steichen was tapped by the Indianapolis Colts while introducing Gannon at a media event Thursday. Arizona's new general manager Monty Osenfort insisted the team considered a diverse group of candidates. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let's see. It was important for us to cast a wide net and interview a diverse group of people, not only from race standpoint, but also experience, he said. Ultimately, we had to come up with the fit that we felt was the best for the Arizona Cardinals. That led us to Jonathan. You know, for politics purposes, they're gonna interview the black coaches. They're gonna act like they had an opportunity to get the job. They choose the best candidate, and at the end, the best candidate will be white. It's simple and clear than, water. It is what it is. Out of 32 teams, 57% of the players are black. But you have a white coach teaching them, and some of them don't even have experience playing the game. They just happen to be coaching. I don't know if they went to school, how they get that position, how they get the knowledge. Somehow they end up coaching. They trust them to coach the team. How dare you not giving us, the black players who's been there, done it, a chance to coach? It's just not fair. So, okay, Ryans became the third straight black head coach hired by the Houston Texans. But there is a big caveat to the seeming sign of progress. The last two coaches, David Culley and Lovie Smith, were both dismissed after only one season. The other opening was in Denver, where the Broncos went with former New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton. Over last 5 hiring cycle, a total of 33 non-entrant jobs opening up around the league. Just 5 of those went to black coaches, 3 of them hired by the Texans. That group also included Flores, who took over the Dolphins heading into the 2019 season and was fired just 3 years later despite 2 straight winning marks. He has since sued the NFL for discrimination. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. The only other black coach hired during that time frame was Tampa Bay's Todd Bowles, who took over last March after Bruce Arians unexpectedly retired. Bowles is set to return for his second season with the Bucs despite a disappointing 2022 campaign. With Ryan, Bowles, and longtime Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, I have an eye on him. Oh Lord, I like him. Set to guide teams next season, the NFL remain at just 3 black head coaches, the same number it had at the beginning of the last 4 seasons. To go up and go down, that's normal, Luchik said, but it's stagnate at a low point for way too long. Yes, sir. They don't care. They do not care. They don't see us to be in charge, to be in control. Despite efforts by the NFL to provide more exposure to minority candidates, the owners and front offices seem stubbornly resistant to giving black coaches a chance. That is the truth. In fact, the league seems to be going backward, or at best stuck in neutral. The hiring process in the NFL is like many other industries in that who seems to play an important role in who gets hired as a head coach, said Devon Goss, an assistant professor at sociology at Oxford College of Emory University in suburban Atlanta. That coach should have been applied in a third world country who is how you're gonna get somewhere. But unfortunately, here in America, it happened to be the same damn thing. It's not fair, it's not right, but that's America for you. It depends on how you see it. When so many people in leadership positions across the league are white, they are going to disproportionately socialized network and therefore hired other white people, she said. Additionally, as a society, many of the qualities that we associate with leadership, especially in sports, are tied to whiteness, making white coaches appear to be better candidates. And in reality, it's not true. You see how Coach Prime is changing the game. Okay? It's a far cry from the 2006 season when the NFL seemingly had a huge breakthrough. There were 7 black head coaches that year, and 2 of them met in the Super Bowl for the first time ever. Oh, that was a lovely time. I remember that. That was great. It was a great feeling to see. We took them to the Super Bowl, 2 black coaches. When Tony Duncan's Indianapolis Colts defeated Smith's Chicago Bears in the title game, minority coaches appear to be the biggest winners. No one could deny that black coaches could do the job as well as their white counterparts. Tomlin took over the Steelers the following season and went on to lead them to a Super Bowl title, but the league has yet to surpass its high watermark of 7 black head coaches. By 2013, there were only 3 black coaches. The start of the season, the number climbed back to 7 in 2017 and remained at that level to start the following year. Again, they don't open doors to black coaches in the NFL, and 57% of the players are black. So you think black coaches would be all over the place? No, they don't give us the chance. But you know what? I believe this will change soon, because Jerry Jones said Coach Prime is a hell of a coach. And the way he's changing the game, the way he's bringing swag, coolness, and Hollywood, The Rock Johnson, LeBron James, all the other celebrities were there watching Colorado beating the other team. It's so much going on now with Coach Prime effect. They are afraid things might change, and one day it might be more black head coaches than white head coaches. And I was watching Godfrey, the comedian, this morning, and one of the guy that was sitting next to him said, the fear of white guys is simple, that they are afraid the fact white fat coaches for the NFL will have an end on it. They will put an end on it. Coach Prime effect might put an end on fat white guys coaching at the NFL. That might change soon. That's why some people are afraid of what Coach Prime is bringing to the table. Subscribe and let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel about the whole thing, period. You are not going to hurt me. This channel is for us to express ourselves, let each other know how we feel about a certain things, a certain subject. I'm into the game. I love the game. I love sports. And I'm here to bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know how you feel. Why out of 32 teams, only 3 black head coaches? Why they close doors for us when we are able to do the job? Not only football. I'll bring you more stuff later on. Subscribe. Bye.